Zomato just put up this on a billboard. It reads MCBC, and this ad made $1 million and more. Another one is this one. Achhe din are finally here. Why do these ads work? Now, you might think they are cool, funny, and more, but there's a deeper science to it. A science that takes these funny ads to real sales. And in this video, I'm going to break down those 3 secret steps that make up this science. So if you're a founder who's looking to grow their business, or a marketing or a product person trying to level up, this video is going to enable you with all those skills. Let's get started. Now, the 3 secret steps that Zomato uses in its funnels are these. Number 1 is awareness. Ads like these, which are smart and quirky and get your attention. They get the eyeballs. Number 2 is activation. Now that somebody has installed the Zomato app, how do they make sure that the person makes their first order? And number 3 is retention. Once somebody has made their first order, how does Zomato make sure that people keep coming back and ordering again? That's what we're going to discuss in this video on how you can crack these 3 funnels, and we'll explain Zomato as a case study. Now let's break down the first stage, which is awareness. When you do awareness, you need eyeballs, and Zomato does ads for that. Let's look at this first ad. Imagine you're driving down the highway and you see this big billboard that reads MCBC. You stop for a moment and you're like, what is this? You know those words, it has a shock value. It shocks you. It makes you stop and it makes you think. And then once you read it's mac and cheese and butter chicken, then you're like, that's smart. So now you remember Zomato as a cool brand. Let's look at this other ad. Achhe din are finally here. Now, when you first drive down the road and see this billboard, you're like, I've seen that. Achhe din has context. You already know that word. And then you read, get unbelievable deals from Zomato. Again, a smart brand. That's what you think. Now, this third ad is like a local political ad in a newspaper. It's on the 16th birthday of Zomato, and it reads, Zomato ke 16वें जन्मदिन पर कोटि कोटि धन्यवाद. It puts a smile on your face. Because why? Because it's relatable. You've seen these ads growing up in local newspapers, and it has a very desi feel to it. And that's what makes you feel Zomato like a relatable brand, and probably you end up sharing these ads as well. So let's summarize the first chapter. Strategy number 1, use a shock value or a surprise value. Maybe you can repurpose a slang, a famous dialogue, and have it play according to your brand. Number 2 is preload with context, things people already know. So Bollywood, politics, cricket, all of this, if you can use this in your brand's marketing, then it all makes it context loaded. And number 3 is make it relatable, make it shareable, make it something about the life of the customer, like the Koti Koti Dhanyavad ad. And once people share it with other people, you're actually not paying for marketing. It's basically free marketing. So those are the 3 lessons for the awareness stage. Level 2 of the Zomato's funnel is activation. I like their ads. I installed the app. But how do they actually get me to pay for the first order? That's what we're going to understand. So strategy number 1 is give the customer a reward for signing up. Once I sign up to Zomato, they give me a 100 rupee discount and a free delivery. What does this do? This reduces my friction to buy. This reduces my barrier to buy. And I'm like, okay, maybe let me order a 200 rupee thing because 100 is off. So they've lowered that friction. Strategy number 2 is what I like to call know your customer. Now, when I was signing up for Zomato, it asked me for options like, am I a vegetarian or a non-vegetarian? Which foods do I like? They're doing this so that they can customize my home feed. And once they customize my home feed with the type of food I like, I'm more likely to order. I'm more likely to do that first order. It's very similar to what you see in your YouTube feed, where you see these thumbnails and these videos which are likely to your preferences. So that was strategy number 2. Strategy number 3 of activation is going to be personalized messages. If I've still not ordered from the app, I've not used the discount, I've gone through the onboarding, still not ordered, they'll send me this notification. Read it with me. Caffeine is great, but you still need food, Shivankit. Don't skip lunch over coffee. Go have your food. Now, that's a very personalized, very friendly message. It puts a smile on my face, a genuine smile. And it also stands out from those 20 notifications that other brands will sell me. And that's how Zomato gets you to activate for the first order. Now, to summarize this activation chapter of Zomato, number one is know your customers' preferences, so KYC. Number two is give them a reward which lowers the friction to buy for the first time. And number three, if that also doesn't work out, use a set of personalized messages to get to the customers, to crack them up, and actually get them to order. Now, part three of Zomato's funnel is retention. Okay, I did order the first time from Zomato, but who knows? I'll just go to Swiggy and do my next order. How does Zomato make sure that I keep coming back again and again? So part one of this is called the gold subscription, selling a subscription. Zomato sells a subscription which I can use when I go out to restaurants and get exclusive discounts. Every time I go, I get a discount. And the best part, guys, is that Zomato gives this subscription for the first 3 months for just 1 rupee, lowering the barrier to entry, lowering the friction to entry. And now I'm in. Now I'm a gold subscription member. Psychologically, they've primed me that I am now committed to Zomato. So selling subscriptions with a low barrier to entry is a great retention strategy. Strategy number 2 for retention is gamification. Now, the Indian Cricket League or the Indian Premier League is on, and Zomato launched its own ZPL, which is Zomato Premier League. Every time I go in, I play a little bit, I win some prizes, and I'm hooked, I'm engaged. So that's how it keeps me engaged and retained through the ZPL, which is gamification. The third strategy in retention is don't make your customer think. When you go to Netflix, you already see movies which are according to your choice. You see the top 10 in your countries. Netflix will say that since you watched this, we're showing you this. So when I go to Zomato, it showed me collections, top 10 restaurants. It showed me meals under 250, and I got hooked. And those chole bhature looked amazing. So when they don't let me think, they give me options. They don't have to push me to spend my energy. That's when I order again. So retention, a great part of retention is also about not making the customer think and giving them options on a platter. So let's summarize the retention chapter here. Strategy number 1 was sell them a subscription or a behavior which keeps them coming back. For example, Snapchat has those streaks feature which gets people back for retention. Step number 2 is never make a customer think. Give them options on a platter so that they can just choose from it. And step number 3 is gamification. Quizzes, polls, games, something at the end of which is a reward. That's how you keep them hooked. So that was our Zomato case study for growth marketing. Now, funny ads are cool, but they don't really actually get to business all the time. You have to make the customers aware in the right way, get them to transact for the first time, and then have them coming back for more transactions. Now, if you like this Zomato's case study, then I know you're interested in growth marketing somewhere. I write a weekly newsletter, absolutely free of cost, which covers growth marketing strategies, AI tools, and real case studies. It's read by thousands of marketers, founders, and growth heads who are leveling up their business or their career. If you go to shivankitarora.com, you'll find the newsletter, subscribe, and I'll see you on the inside.